Hey, I'm going to show you the experiments that I've got so far. I went ahead and made the dual pickup guitar. Uh, so this top pickup is the top three strings, and then this bottom pickup is the bottom three strings. So here's what that sounds like, just going through a left and right channel. I've got two outputs here. So one's one pickup and one's another pickup. So here's an A chord. That's in my left channel, and that's in the right channel. And they do kind of cross fade in between. So you got okay, so I've got these two inputs going through my effects box. So let's try. Smooth it out. It's getting there, but still it's. Next, maybe I'll go into the schematic. Okay, we'll start at the beginning. 9-volt power supply with a voltage divider here, going through an op amp to create the ground point at half the voltage, at 4.5 in this case. You got your big capacitor there. So the 555 here is set up in a astable mode, so it's putting out pulses of square waves through this resistor into a 4516 chip that counts those pulses and turns them into binary coded decimal on 4 bits. So 1 byte, so it counts up from 0 to 15. Those 4 lines, those 4-bit lines, go into a CD4514 and turns each one of those numbers into a positive output on an associated pin. So in this case, it makes all of these pins sequentially flash from 0 to 15. Each one of these pins then is put on a bus. Here's an example bus. It goes through here and into an LED, just kind of as an indicator light. So that's where you get your chase lights if you put an LED on the end of each one of these buses. And then each one of those steps, as they call them, can be assigned to a bus. In this case, I got 4 buses through a switch and a diode. So let's go out of channel 1. We'll just take channel 1 and go out of it. And so let's say we switched on the channel on channel 1. Let's say we switched on switch 1, 3, and 7. So here's our pulses, 1, 3, and 7 coming in. It turns on a transistor. This goes positive, flows through this diode. You can vary how fast it goes through here and charges this capacitor. And this capacitor is on the pin of the input of the op amp, and is just through unity gain, it comes out on the output. Now when this goes negative, this resistor's off. This capacitor down here, the charging capacitor, discharges through this resistor, through this diode, and through this resistor to ground. So this would be your attack part, and this is your release. So if you have your impulse is coming in, and you these are at 0 resistance, it will just give you the same output. Let's say you turned up the resistance on this one, it would be a slow attack and then a fast decay. If the other one's off and the other one is on, you get the impulse, and then the release is slow. And then this would be a combination of the two. Through an indicator light here, that's the one that you see on the box that glows when the this control voltage signal goes through that. So that control voltage goes through a little resistor and into the voltage controlled amplifier. So you put your instrument in here and the output out here, and this controls the volume of the instrument. So this would be a swelling up and a fading out sort of wave, for instance.